All right, let's talk about winning government tenders in South Africa. For a lot of small businesses, this whole thing can feel like a massive, impossible mountain to climb. But honestly, with the right map, it's a journey you can absolutely conquer. So let's dive in and figure this out together. The single biggest reason businesses don't win these tenders isn't because their price is wrong or they can't do the job. As Sassy Hitta points out here, it's usually the small, totally avoidable stuff. We're talking about those frustrating little mistakes that get your bid tossed in the bin before anyone even gives it a serious look. Our whole goal today is to make sure you don't make them.
So here's how we're going to break it all down. We're going to walk through this in 5 clear stages. We'll kick things off with the prep work you got to do up front. Then we'll decode all that mandatory paperwork. After that, we'll get into building a proposal that actually wins. Then we'll pull back the curtain on how they score everything. And finally, we'll cover that all-important final submission.
Okay, so first things first. Let's start at the very beginning, because success here really boils down to what you do before you even start filling out a single form. This is where you lay the groundwork for your entire bid. Get this part right, and everything else becomes so much easier. To make this super clear, let's meet 2 business owners. On one side, we have Pumzile. She's our pro. Prepared, focused, she reads the fine print. And on the other side, we have Edwin. He's a bit all over the place. He kind of wings it, cuts corners. We're going to follow them both and see what a difference their approaches make. You would be shocked at how many people mess up these basic steps. That compulsory briefing, the name says it all. It is compulsory. You have to be there, and just as important, you have to sign that register to prove it. So Pumzile, our pro, she goes, she listens, and she jots down smart questions. Edwin, he figures he's too busy. Then Pumzile submits her questions in writing, creating a paper trail. Edwin tries to just phone someone, which is a huge no-no, and can get his bid disqualified right out of the gate. Okay, before you can even think about bidding, you have got to be registered on the Central Supplier Database, or CSD. This is completely non-negotiable. It's basically the government's official list of who they can do business with. And here's the kicker, your tax compliance status must be valid and up to date. No green tick on tax, no tender. Simple as that. Next up is BBE. This is a massive part of South Africa's procurement policy. You absolutely must have a valid BBEE certificate or a sworn affidavit. And trust me, this isn't just a piece of paper you have to find. As we're going to see in a bit, this document translates directly into points, and those points are what can make or break your entire bid. All right, now for the part that makes a lot of people's eyes glaze over, the paperwork. This is where people get bogged down, but honestly, it's all about being systematic. We're talking about the standard bidding documents, the SBDs. And let's be crystal clear about this. These forms are not optional. They are standardized by National Treasury for a reason, and every single person bidding has to fill them out. There are no shortcuts here. Now you're going to see a few of these forms over and over again. For example, SBD 4 is where you declare any potential conflicts of interest. SBD 6.1 is super important. That's where you claim your BBEE points. And SBD 9 is where you promise you didn't team up with your competitors to fix the price. The trick is to just go through them one by one and fill out every single field accurately. And this quote from tender expert Lerato Sabata just hits the nail on the head. The whole process is rigid, it's about rules and procedures. Your job isn't to get creative with the forms or find loopholes. Your one and only job is to comply perfectly with every single thing they ask for. So here are some of those stupid mistakes we were talking about. The details that can sink you. Putting the wrong business sector on your BBBE affidavit? Disqualified. Submitting the wrong type of BBBE document? It's a risk. And the signature, it has to be a director. If anyone else signs, you better have a formal letter of authority attached, or that signature is worthless. These are the little things that separate the winners from the losers. Okay, now that you've got the compliance side sorted, it's time to build the heart of your bid, the proposal itself. This is your moment to really shine and show them what your company is all about. So, 3 simple rules here. 1. Follow their format to the letter. If they ask for an executive summary with 4 specific points, you give them exactly that. 2. Be relevant. Only give them what they ask for. If they ask for 3 CVs, you send 3, not 6. And 3. Be concise. A sharp 3-page CV that screams, "I'm perfect for this job," is way better than a 10-page life story. And this is a classic Edwin move. He thinks that if he throws in extra stuff, like his office lease or company registration docs, it makes him look thorough. It doesn't. All it does is annoy the evaluation committee and prove that you can't follow basic instructions. Stick to what they ask for, and nothing more.
So, you've submitted this perfectly crafted proposal. Now what? Well, understanding exactly how they're going to judge it is the key to making sure you score high.
Okay, think of the evaluation like a 3-stage race. First up is pre-screening. This is just a simple check. Did you attend the briefing? Did you submit on time? If you fail here, you're out. If you pass, you move to stage 2, functionality. This is where they score your technical proposal. And only if you pass that stage do they finally move on to stage 3 and look at your price and BBBE points.
And that functionality stage has a hard and fast cutoff. Very often, the magic number is 70. If your technical proposal, your team, your experience, your plan doesn't score at least 70 out of 100, your bid is dead in the water. They literally will not even look at your price, no matter how cheap it is. This is where you have to prove you can actually do the work.
Now, for all the bidders who make it past that functionality gate, the final scoring is all about a preference point system. For tenders under 50 million Rand, it's the 80-20 split, 80 points for price, 20 for BBBE. For the really big tenders over 50 million, it switches to 90-10. This table tells you exactly where the government's priorities lie.
But here's the real secret to maxing out those BBE points. It's not just about having a level 1 certificate. The system is designed to reward companies that are owned by designated groups. We're talking youth, women, and people with disabilities. Having that kind of diversity in your ownership structure is the key to getting the full 20 points. See, the government isn't just buying a service. They're using their buying power to drive economic transformation.
We are in the home stretch now. You've done all the heavy lifting, you've put in the hard work, and now it's all about sticking the landing.
Okay, this is your final, absolutely critical checklist. Package it professionally, get it bound, use section dividers. Please, don't be an Edwin and give this task to an intern. You need to go through it page by page and sign everywhere you're supposed to. Double-check how many copies they need, and finally, you hand-deliver it to the right address. And the final golden rule, do not be late. Not even by 60 seconds. It's an instant disqualification.
Look, winning a government tender isn't about luck or knowing somebody. It's about being diligent, it's about following the rules, and it's about understanding the game. It's a structured process that absolutely rewards the people who are prepared. So now you have the map. The only question left is your business ready for the journey?